So you're thinking about moving to Baltimore? Well, I want to tell you the pros and cons about living in Baltimore before you make a decision. Let's talk about the school system. Baltimore City has its own school system and is separate than Baltimore County, than our neighboring Anne Arundel County, or places like Howard County. The Baltimore City school system works exclusively for Baltimore City students, so you have to live within the Baltimore City boundaries to be a Baltimore City school student. It's probably best if you go online and look at the reviews for our blue ribbon schools, our high performance schools. Anything you want to know about education, you should really look at. You can go online and find the information to help you decide which school in Baltimore City you're going to send your children to. Outside of that primary education, the pre-K to 12th grade, we have some amazing institutions when it comes to education. We have places like University of Baltimore, University of Maryland. We have Johns Hopkins. Johns Hopkins is world renowned not only for its university, but also because it's a hospital. It's a working hospital. So students that go to Hopkins can actually study medicine at Hopkins and then work in a hospital. So they have that relationship. And Hopkins, again, is world renowned, and it's really one of our higher institutions when it comes to medicine and anyone in the medical field. Same thing with University of Baltimore, University of Maryland, I'm sorry. University of Maryland now has a university downtown Baltimore, and they have University of Maryland Hospital downtown Baltimore. So if you're going to school for anything medical related, whether it's nursing, you want to be a doctor, physician, University of Maryland, as well as Johns Hopkins University are really good with that. We also have some HBCUs here, historically black universities. We have Morgan State, we have Coppin State. And the great thing about those is that you have an opportunity to see a different type of culture, different type of on-campus experience, and get a great quality education. Morgan State University has a great engineering school, great business school. They're doing a lot of building over there so that they're expanding the university. They have on-campus housing. But again, if you are looking to education, but the benefits of living in Baltimore and having access to so many different universities and a public school system could work for you, and that's something you should definitely look at for yourself. Next, let's look at crime. Anything you want to know about crime, you have to go online and Google that. Now, I will say that Baltimore City has its own police department. So you have the Baltimore City Police Department. And again, just like the school systems, outside of Baltimore, we have the Baltimore County Police Department. Next to us, we have Anne Arundel County Police Department. We have PG County Police. We have Montgomery County Police. All these are outside of Baltimore City. So when you're looking at Baltimore City, living in Baltimore City, you have the Baltimore City Police Department. And I'm sure that if you look at Baltimore City and you look at any other city or state across the country, you'll be able to find information you need when it comes to Baltimore City Police. I will also say that although you're talking about Baltimore City as its own entity and having its own police department, outside that we have the Maryland State Police. So there is a stretch of road that gets you from downtown Baltimore to north of Baltimore, which is I-83. Now, although I-83 sits inside of Baltimore City, parts of it sits in Baltimore County, the I-83 corridor is patrolled by the Maryland State Police Department. So that's something else you can go look into and get an idea of how the policing is done in Baltimore City, outside of Baltimore City. But again, that because it's 83, the 83 corridor runs, Maryland State Police patrol that. And I think, you see a Maryland State trooper, Maryland State Police, Maryland State Trooper, it's a totally different experience. I mean, these guys got their hats, they got the big cars, and it really gives you a sense of policing if you're looking for a level of safety or being in a space where you really have someone has your back for law enforcement. That's just my personal opinion, but again, I can't talk to you about crime and statistics. It's best to go online and look into that for yourself. Before I forget, please like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps the algorithm. It helps us get more people to know what it's like when moving to Baltimore. It also gives us an opportunity to create more videos. So if it's something you want to hear, something in particular you want me to talk on, please leave it in the comment section, and I will read those comments. I take those. I don't take those lightly. I want to make sure that I'm giving you the right content. So I'm not in here creating videos that I think are good. I want to really create content and show you around Baltimore and the surrounding counties to help you make a decision when you're moving to Baltimore. So please like, subscribe, and share our channel with anyone you know that's looking to move to Baltimore. Baltimore City is a town of neighborhoods. We have over 240 different neighborhoods. There's a really strong tie in all the different neighborhoods. And when you come to Baltimore and you look at, you sort of get an idea of where you want to live, you will see that it's a neighborhood and there's a community around the different parts of town you want to live in. And personally, what I found is when I'm driving through Baltimore, you see the changes in neighborhoods, whether it's the quality of houses, the design of the house. You see some communities will paint the houses one particular way. Everyone has different colored doors or different shades on the fascia side of the front side of the house. You go in some communities, you see the brownstones like you see in New York City. You see things like the way the trees are lined on the street. And again, all these different things help give you an idea of the different communities, the different neighborhoods in Baltimore. Some neighborhoods have more local bars, more lounges, more restaurants. We have several in particular that have rows of restaurants where people come and they go to a particular part of town, and particularly in downtown Baltimore. You have a lot of things like around the Fells Point area, the Canton area, a lot of stuff on the waterfront, a lot of good neighborhoods near the boat slips, like near the marinas, and it's really nice to be able to get out, and especially when the weather is nice. The diversity we have here in Baltimore is really great because you can go to any part of town, different neighborhoods, meet different people, experience different cultures, and with those cultures come different types of cuisine. I'm an Italian restaurant guy. I love Italian food, love Italian cuisine. Also like East Indian food and Pakistani, and in Baltimore really get an idea of all the different flavors you have. I have some friends that own some soul food restaurants, guys with the Jamaican restaurant. I have some guys in Baltimore, some people in Baltimore that have the vegan restaurants, and my favorite, even the Chinese food. I mean, and then with Chinese food, my favorite is General Tso's chicken. So it's a spicy dish, but then I found they have it vegan style. So it's actually cauliflower with General Tso's chicken. And I'm sorry, it's not General Tso's chicken. It's cauliflower General Tso's. General Tso's cauliflower, but it's really good. It's really good. I love the taste. But again, here in Baltimore, you get a taste of everything. And our biggest, I mean, of course, everyone around the world knows we're known for our Maryland crab cakes. You'll have different restaurants that make crab cakes differently, but the idea that we are Maryland and in Baltimore, you get the Maryland crab cakes, especially a lot of places downtown Baltimore, they really thrive on their crab cakes. So you won't be hard pressed to find a crab cake. You can go just about anywhere and find crab cakes, our Maryland crab cakes here in Baltimore. Now let's talk about shopping. The cool thing about shopping in Baltimore is that it's made up mostly of small mom and pop type shops. We don't have a lot of the big chains, the big brand names here in Baltimore City. They are mostly located outside of Baltimore City. So if you're looking for like a Target, a Walmart, a Macy's, the big stores like that, they're located outside of Baltimore. But when you're in Baltimore, Baltimore City, in the boundaries of Baltimore City, you have a lot of small businesses that do a lot of great services. I have a camera shop that I use all the time. These guys are one of the only full-service camera shops probably in the city, and you don't have to worry about going online to find a camera. You can go to these guys, find a camera, check out the brand, and the photographers really know their work. We have clothing stores, a lot of boutiques here, so that people who are into, getting, I don't necessarily say custom clothes, but things that are hard to find, we have a lot of boutique stores here in Baltimore. So you can go places here in Baltimore, find something that's unique, and have it sized to fit, and it's really good for, things like that. A lot of small jewelry stores. We have people who make jewelry in the shops. We have the old traditional record stores who sell vinyl. They sell the CDs and everything. They sell CDs, they sell vinyl, and nothing like being able to go out and get an old record and a vinyl record. I'm really into music. I love my DJing. I started my business off as a DJ, and I love my records, and I'm often in town looking at these record stores to get some old vinyl. Maybe something I don't have, something I can't find on eBay. I can go to one of the local shops and pick up some vinyl and come back and put it on the turntables. Not on this one, this is a little older. This is my gramophone up here, and I have another one that sits on top, that is sitting on top of. But I love the music, and again, in Baltimore, there's a lot of small shops, and all the bigger chains are outside of Baltimore. Now, when it comes to dining, the great thing about Baltimore is there's so many different places. Like I said earlier, Baltimore is made up of neighborhoods. Every neighborhood has its own sort of flavor of restaurants. But again, if you go a little further downtown Baltimore, we have our Lexington Market, we have the Cross Street Market, we have Monument Street Market. All these different markets are set up where they have vendors inside who make everything. I mean, anything you could think of is in one of these markets that we have here in Baltimore. And the great thing is that they've been around for so long. There's a lot of history involved in it. Lexington Market just went through a whole new renovation. So that's a really nice place to visit when you come to Baltimore. Make sure you stop at Lexington Market, look at the seafood, look at the local vendors who sell the pastries, the dishes. And there's so much, again, whether you're looking at one of these like the Lexington Marketplace, or you go into a neighborhood, particular neighborhood, you got the Greek town, we have Little Italy. We have all these different communities that have different flavors of food, and it's a really good opportunity to see a little bit of all of what Baltimore has to offer when it comes to dining. So make sure you take some time and spend some time in a lot of these restaurants that we have here in Baltimore. That's just a little bit of what I could share about living in Baltimore. There's so much more if you decide to move to Baltimore. Look me up, I can take you around. We can go to different places, different parts of town, see some of these great neighborhoods. We can go to the restaurants and kind of see all the different food, all the different cuisines, meet some people. I'm in several of the different business chambers of commerce, so I work a lot with different business people, different entrepreneurs, different business owners. And it's really good to be in Baltimore and get a little bit of the culture here, because it's a well-connected city. It's a lot you can do, whether you're in business, whether you pursue an education. It's a really good city to be in, and I love Baltimore. I'm hoping you will too. I'm sure you will love Baltimore as well. Please like, subscribe to our channel. Any comments you have, please leave them below, and stick around for the next video. I'm Big Cal, your realtor with eXp. Thanks for watching.